Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Late Entry. Hosted as always by RBF Kyle
How we doing, late entry family?
and your boy Double Dose. Got some fun topics to talk about tonight. Going to be talking about the Seahawks and Rams. Unfortunately, have to talk a little bit about the Broncos and Patriots. A topic about 50 guys versus an NFL team from yeah, okay. Pause. It's a topic I saw about 50 guys playing against an NFL team who would win. Um, got some other stuff in there we're going to talk about too. But before we do any of that, got to start on a serious note, unfortunately. Going back to Minnesota again. We did talk about this, last Wednesday or the Wednesday before? Or no, maybe it's been a few weeks, but basically the ice situation with when to put it frankly, when ice killed Renee Good, and then I think it was yesterday there was another shooting. Shit's going crazy in Minnesota right now. But kind of a breakdown, if somehow you haven't heard about this, basically there was a ice activity going on. People were recording, as they have been doing in Minnesota, which is a good thing to continue to do, because without these videos, we would not have the information that we have, considering the administration is continuing to lie to us. But basically, ICE had went to push this one woman who was recording over, and then I believe his name is pronounced Alex Preddy, went to defend her, basically trying to push the ICE agents off of the people pushing a woman over. They started pepper spraying them. I was wrestling around. There was like 6, 7, 8 guys that were involved in trying to essentially grab this guy up. They're beating him, stuff like that. He did have a licensed, as a Second Amendment right, firearm, which they then took from him. And then after having the weapon removed, then proceeded to shoot him a lot of times and kill him. It's terrible. And then one of the worst parts about it too is the fact that, I mean, you can see in the video, there's so many angles and stuff out of the video now from this, but you can see that the gun is not on him when they shoot him. And then after he is laid out completely, not even moving or fighting anymore after being shot multiple times, they continue to shoot him more times. It's disgusting. This whole situation is bad. And it's like with the Renee Good situation, you could almost, not me, and I don't want this to be mistaken for either one of us. We're against that. But your average person could sit there and try to, make excuses for it, or, she was trying to run him over, or even if she wasn't trying to, he thought that he was in danger, a situation like that. This is so much more black and white. I mean, that guy, I don't see how you could watch that video and think that he posed any sort of a threat to the agents. Had multiple people on him. His firearm was already removed at that point, pepper sprayed. And then they killed him. And it's wrong. It's terrible what's happening right now. But we talked a lot about the ICE situation already on the previous episode. We talked about it. I don't want to go too much into it. But here's what I do want to say about the situation. For the longest time, minorities, black people especially, the relationship with cops and the police has not been good. And, black people have been, killed by cops unjustly, and not often is there justice done for that situation. But what's crazy about this is the fact that they're killing white people. They're killing white people in broad daylight with witnesses, and the administration will come out here and lie and tell you what you saw with your own eyes did not happen. They said that this man was out here with a firearm trying to massacre the ICE agents and commit as much damage as possible. All the videos show when he was assaulted, all he had in his hand was a cell phone. He was just recording them, and they killed him. This should be a wake-up call for everybody in the situation where it's like people have always been able to turn the blind eye to what's happened with minorities and people that aren't necessarily going to be, where a cop situation, a minority, like, hey, you can kind of justify it, or, oh, I didn't see it, or whatever. They're killing white people in broad daylight on camera with witnesses. That should scare the hell out of everybody. If they can kill white people, men and women, nobody's safe. And there's nothing stopping it from being you as the next person. This should be a wake up call for every single person in this country that what they're doing right now is just operating with impunity. They know they will not face repercussions. They know the administration will lie for them, and they will do whatever they want to you, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. That's how they're moving right now. So I'm not saying anything further than that about what we as people need to do, but be aware, be scared, have a plan, and we need to make our voices heard that what's going on is not acceptable or okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is opening the eyes to the mainstream in a sense, as like it's hitting every vessel in the country now. And um yeah, I mean, people historically, they vote for what's going on in their area at that time, right? They vote for what's going on in their life and their small. And now that, like, uh I mean, you said it, like, that could be your neighbor, that could be you, that could be, like, now all these white people are thinking about that now, and they're like, and they're being told that it's something completely different by dumbasses, like, in in the in the office, or the head of Borderland Security, or the Borderlands, or one of the Borderland Security commanders, Greg Bavino, saying that he brandished a weapon and he was a threat to officers and this and that. And then everybody can go and see the video. Like you said, thank God that people are recording this, because we wouldn't know what the truth is right now. And, like, this is a whole different conversation when there's all this speculation, and now we, thank God, we know what the facts are, and we know that a man was killed in cold blood today. And rest in peace to Alex Preddy. Um, and my prayers go out to your family. And I
Absolutely.
really, I am with you guys. And I hope that your death is not in vain, and that this can be a moment where we all recognize as people that, like, this is not good for the future of our country at all. That we are being blatantly lied to by the head of Borderland Security, the head of the Cash Patel. I can't remember his official title. I remember his name, but he was caught in the crosshairs of this too, speaking too soon before videos came out. And I don't know how many of these guys saw these videos, and how many of these guys are just repeating what's told to them. But that's the problem too, is, like, go and figure, like, you have body cam, you have a way to go and look at this. Go and make sure what you're saying is fact before you go and spit it out to the whole fucking country. Like, this is ridiculous, man. Like, I mean, Trump, you're all on that fake news. Like, where's your real news, brother? Like, what are we doing, man? Um, yeah, it's very upsetting. That this is where we're at now. And, like, he Trump called ICE agents to this place not 3 weeks ago, and there's been, like, two deaths to Americans that had, like, essentially no part in this. You know, like, they had. Why are ICE agents pursuing? I, I don't know, and I know he was trying to defend somebody in the video. That's the part that I guess is somewhat hazy, but regardless of that, like, he never posed himself as a threat to the police force. So there was no reason to have a dude subdued, and then just because you hear the word gun, pull yours out and lay into him. Like, there's never a reason. Like, you can see that the dude's hands are out, like, I mean, it's very, very, very clear. Technology is wonderful nowadays, so we can all see this. Um, like, yeah, the guy was definitely murdered in cold blood, and uh, due justice needs to be paid, honestly. And I hope it is. The best thing Trump could do for his PR, for his presidency, is try to pursue these agents and real like come out and say what he did was wrong. But we all know he doesn't like to do that. So
And we talked about that on the with the previous situation is that if you really want to try to show the country that what you're doing is the right thing. When there's something that happens that's wrong, you need to at the top say that that was wrong and that doesn't represent the work that we're trying to do here. That's how you gain the trust of people back. When you're just sitting here lying to us, and I really do not like to throw this around. I know that people kind of do this more and the words lose their meaning. But when you have operations and state sanctioned violence, and then you come out here and lie to the American people about what's happening, and then against their wishes continue to do the same things. So there's two murders now within 2 or 3 weeks. That's the literal definition of fascism. Do not believe the truth, believe only what we tell you. That's fascism. And that's here in our country right now. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that lightly. Like you said, my thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends. Alex was a VA nurse serving veterans. Um, and his last action before he was killed was trying to defend a woman who was being assaulted by these agents. I don't think that he went out there with the intention of becoming a martyr, but the man deserves a lot of respect from all of us. And once again, our thoughts and prayers with his family because it's terrible. Um, all right. No easy segue out of that situation, but it was something that we definitely felt the need to talk about. And as more situations come up, hopefully they don't, but as things unfold, we'll continue to talk about them as they arise. But on to the rest of the show. Um, we got what was to me personally the Super Bowl tonight. I've been saying this for the last few weeks. Predicted a while back. NFC Championship was going to be Rams and Seahawks. It was, and especially after the Bo Nix injury, I figured that this was going to be the game of the year remaining was Hawks versus Rams. It did not disappoint. That was a very, very close game with two almost equal teams, and they both showed up tonight. It was a real chess match between the coaches and everything. Um, they balled out. You got to see some vintage Stafford. My man's picked up a first down. I thought I was seeing Detroit Stafford out there, just a little bit slower. Uh, he was in flow state. Just went to do another run, a little pitch over to Puka for the first down. Incredible work out there. I was like, damn, my man is cooking. And as a former Lion, and as Devontae as a former Packer, I was definitely rooting for them. But like we had both called, it was not enough. Seahawks still won. They were going to the Super Bowl. We getting Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl. My man has had such a comeback from being a bust in New York with the Jets, not being able to get the starting job and playing very poorly with the Panthers. And then last season with the Vikings, now he's come out and shown that this was not a fluke. Last year was just the beginning, and we're delivering this year. And like we've said for a while, they're definitely going to the Super Bowl. Patriots do not want to see what they've got. Shout out to Chris Carter. Gonna go online and say, try to give props. Shout out to the Seahawks and to Sam Darnold.
got to get him a pair of grills that says Darnell right here.
Darnold. But man, there were so many good narratives and storylines in the NFL this season. But I think that Sam Darnold, from what his career looked like previous to last year, and then last year, even people being like, well, was this a flash in the pan? Can he actually ball like that? To now, I think being en route to being a Super Bowl MVP and a Super Bowl champion. What a freaking story that is. Last thing before I turn it over to you, Kyle. Play of the game, man. Or I guess the plays of the game. The real turning points to it was the Rams have the ball with like 3 or 4 minutes left in the red zone, and they could not get a receiver open on third down or fourth down, which is crazy. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, damn, you got Puka Nakua and Devonta Adams, and you can't get a receiver open? How is that possible? And then I remembered, duh, the Seahawks are like that. Like, you got your DBs, they had the receivers. Everyone who could catch a ball was in hell, dog. They had the
Oh my
receivers
god.
taken out of it, the tight ends. On the third down play, you see whichever running back was in was kind of coming across the middle, immediately picked up by, I think, a linebacker. They were amazing coverage, and that was it. They Rams could not get the ball back. I lied. I have one more quick thing. Um, with the fall off of Justin Jefferson due to the quarterback in Minnesota, and then kind of the up and down situation of the Bengals, you've definitely seen a step back from Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson this season. Tonight, you got to see an argument for JSN and Puka saying, hey, I'm the best receiver in the league. And they both showed up and put on a show tonight, especially JSN. Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Two great receivers, absolutely showing out. Shout out Tony having them both on his dynasty league. Uh, yeah, no, they had great seasons. I mean, it could, you never know. It's fantasy. But they are making a name for the XYZ. Like, they can play anywhere. Um, and they thrive in the slot. And that's where targets come. So if you can motion them to the slot and get them open on a linebacker or cornerback 2-3, like, every time they'll burn you. And that's not a problem. Why wouldn't you? You know, the Vikings should be doing that more with Justin Jefferson just to get JJ McCarthy a little bit more acclimated. But yeah, no, those two receivers have been outstanding this season. And honestly, yeah, we got to give our kudos to the secondary. Tariq Woolen giving up that touchdown on 4th and 12, and then bouncing back in that second half, and really, I mean, shutting down a lot or I guess it was fourth quarter, bouncing back in that fourth quarter, and really just like shutting down a lot of the Rams offense down in that, especially once they got to that red zone, and like they still kind of kept it moving, kept going for it on fourth, and just couldn't get it done. I mean, that there's another argument, right? Like, some people would argue you got there to the 3 yard line, the 4 yard line. Why not, like why not keep going for it? But at the same time, like, you kick the field goal, you still have 4.5 minutes left and 2 timeouts, and that challenge never happens, and like, so many things never happen that happened in that game if you just take the field goal, even in just the first fourth down. But I mean, I don't know. I that game as a whole was one of the most entertaining ones I've seen.
Since their
Probably
last
this.
matchup.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say it was better than all of their matchups this season. It was better than the Rams, Seahawks, either
Well,
one. I mean,
the
it was the
second one
best
they had,
NFC matchup of the season, I think.
the second one was the overtime one, though. That boy was
Yeah, I
a
guess
banger,
that's
too.
true.
You had
That's
the
true.
crazy 2 point conversion, and then the overtime with the 2 point. I think that was, to me, that was the game of the year. But this was a good one, though.
That is true. The big thing to me to think about, I mean, you said it, Sammy D to a Super Bowl. Um, let's flash back real quick. The end of the 2020 season 6 years ago, right?
Hmm.
Russell Wilson is the undeniable franchise quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. He just came off a 41 touchdown and like 10 interception season. Um, and he's one of the most lethal passers in the league. He's gotten you two Super Bowls. He's 1-1. How are you not going to re-sign this guy on his new contract, right?
Hmm.
And then you you flip to the other side of the country, and you've got Sam Darnold, who's on his way out of New York City, and that's due to poor quarterback play, and the coaches and the fans alike agree, right?
His line wasn't very good either, but yeah.
I mean, he wasn't.
Yeah, yeah,
W-
yeah.
But
I'm with you. I'm with you.
time progresses. They both go through. Russell went to 3 teams. He goes to Sam goes to 4 different teams, and then we get to now, and then Sam Darnold is the undeniable franchise quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, and Russell Wilson is on his way out of New York due to bad quarterback play, and all the fans and coaches agree.
Oh my gosh. That is some real full circle shit, dog. That's nuts.
How did we get here? How does this happen, bro? If you would have came to me 6 years in the future and been like, Kyle, bet on Sam Darnold to get to a Super Bowl, it'll make you guys a lot of money, I would have bitch slapped you across the face.
Yeah, that's
And
nuts.
I mean, dude, like Sam Darnold is literally about to hit like the best years of his career, and Russell Wilson's about to retire. Like, talk about the turnover of a new age, man.
Well, what's crazy too is just the fact that it's showing that he and Baker are both showing that that bust thing, it's all about the situation that you're in. And a lot of these quarterbacks, everything is like, and people have talked about it all the time, not breaking any news, but they talk about how we're in a microwave society. And it's like they expect you to come in right now and ball out immediately or it's over. And then you see all these situations with quarterbacks where it's like, well, given the right time to grow and development and coaching, you can do better. Malik Willis, busted out of Tennessee, played very well in multiple games this year with no Jordan Love. Sam Darnold going to a Super Bowl. Baker has made the playoffs. He's got a home in Tampa. They've won a lot of games down there. Um, I want to say there's some more. Daniel Jones, before he got hurt this season, was balling out too. So yeah, nothing's going to change. I mean, they're still going to operate the same way as the league, but it's just crazy to show that people that you thought had no game at all might have had something.
Yep. Yep. And something that I've definitely been hearing too is like these younger guys too, like I mean, they're coming in so wet behind the ears and they have such confidence. And yeah, I mean, a lot of these coaches would rather turn to a guy that's worked with NFL scheme for 4 years and try to like rebrand and, refurbish that versus taking in a guy that was working in, Ryan Day's offense, you know? So yeah, we'll see. It's kind of like a turning point in the NFL right now.
Um, so the Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl for the first time since 2014, where they played the New England Patriots, who they will be playing again in the Super Bowl this season. Now, before we get into the Patriots stuff, I've got a little stat that you're gonna love, Kyle. This is from at Nat Sparbeck on Twitter. The New England Patriots moved on from Tom Brady, watched him win a Super Bowl in a different city and retire, drafted a new QB, and is back in the freaking Super Bowl before the Detroit Lions got to one. Please help.
Yeah, yeah, I know. That's why I need them to lose this game. That's why this can't happen.
I
This
think I,
can't happen.
I think I saw either the last 9 or 10 years the AFC has been won by the Chiefs or the Patriots every year.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense.
Wait a second.
Uh,
That can't be right though.
yeah,
I saw that stat. No, I saw that stat multiple times, but the Bengals went.
won the Super Bowl from
No, no,
the
no. I'm saying
AFC.
no. I'm saying won the AFC.
Oh, won the AFC.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
wrong
yeah,
stat.
yeah.
I saw that from a lot of different sources
I
today too.
think
That's
no, but
wrong.
I think out of the last 10 years, who have won the Super Bowl out of the AFC, I think it is just those 2 teams.
Uh, yeah. I mean, yes.
So
Those are
I
the only
think
teams that
that
have
might
gone other
be
than the. They're the only teams that have gone other than the Bengals.
right. So they're the only 2 teams that have won it. So that might be somebody might have messed up. Somebody might have messed up grammatically, but I
Weird.
think that's probably what they meant. We'll at least give them that benefit of the doubt. No,
um.
hey, we
Anyways,
mess up
Kyle.
sometimes too.
True. Uh, Kyle, how do you feel? You're safe. What happened
Oh,
was what everybody knew was going to happen. Broncos lost to the Patriots. Kyle, you don't have to do the one chip challenge.
dude, shout out Lamont. I didn't know I didn't know it was gonna mess up my stomach that bad. I started realizing a lot of comments, a lot of people. Double dose over here showed me the aftermath of what happened to him when he did the one chip challenge. I didn't realize what I was stepping into, and the closer the week got and the game got, the more nervous I became. And then and then the game actually happened, and I I could, dude. I about shit about 4 bricks on my couch today. Oh my god! Like every time Jarrett Stidham fucked up, I was screaming. I was so happy. That first drive made my asshole so tight, bro. Like, oh
and
my god.
and that's what was crazy about it too is the fact that at first, man, it looked like we might have a. Hey, Jarrett
Ha
Stidham came out firing, dog.
ha. And we actually did have a game just because of that drive. Apparently,
And
like that
what's crazy
actually. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say what's crazy about it is I thought that going into it, the only way that the Broncos would have a chance to win would be if they kind of did the offense similar to how they did with Bo Nix, especially earlier in the season. A lot of running, throw only when you have to, keep them on the leash, game managing. I
Right.
don't know if Sean Payton was like, "Hey, they'll never see this coming" or what, but they came out with Stidham throwing it a lot, way more than I was expecting. I was like, "Okay, they're doing something." Unfortunately, in the end, Jarrett Stidham showed you why he is in the position he's in through that
Yeah.
bad interception to end the game. Well, I wouldn't say to end the game, but it was a bad interception that did not help. But it's crazy that we talk about how the Seahawks are going to wind up playing the Patriots again in the Super Bowl. We're really getting to see it within the last few years, especially this year too, the difference in organizations in the league. And I talked about it with that tweet earlier too. The Patriots have completely lost their quarterback and rebuilt the entire team with a new coach back competing for a Super Bowl. The Seahawks, same thing. They rebuilt everything, have a new quarterback, new receivers, running backs, everything from when they were doing it with Russ and the Legion of Boom back in the Super Bowl. The Rams have still have Matt Stafford in there, but I mean, a lot of the players that they won the Super Bowl with gone, completely retooled around Stafford, back competing for Super Bowl again. This is back to back years that they lost. I think what 1 game or 2 games away from the Super Bowl. Competitive in both though. The Broncos had Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl, completely rebuilt that new coach, back competing for Super Bowl again. Packers lost Rodgers, lost just about everybody that Rodgers played with, retooled, always in the playoffs. The Niners somehow have completely managed to avoid a rebuild for forever and just keep adding and subtracting the right pieces, and every year they're in it. So you've got like what 5 or 6 teams in the league that are showing that they're capable of consistent. I don't want to say excellence because they're not necessarily all winning, but the fact that you're consistently able to take pieces apart, put in new pieces in there, and get right back to it. That's organization. That is organizational excellence that you're able to continue to do that. And then you look at all these other teams, if that's 5 or 6, that's what 24, 28 other teams
Yeah.
that
26.
are yeah, 26 other teams that are not able to do that. You might have somebody break free and get one, but the fact that you're not able to consistently do it, and that's from the organization. So every time you see head coaches fired, every time you see quarterbacks giving up on stuff like that, you're resetting the clock on that from you not having that stability.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Imagine the Rams after the Stafford Super Bowl run, 8 and 9 season. They give up on Sean McVay. Imagine what's going on with that team right now at that point. And I know they haven't gotten back to the promised land, but they're damn close every year. And like, look, Mike Tomlin, like, I don't got a whole lot of empathy for you, brother, because like, yeah, when like the last time you won a playoff game, uh, a drunk motorcycle accident prone guy won you a playoff game. All right, that was the worst burn ever. But I mean, yeah, Big Ben is he was a great quarterback, but look, like Mike Tomlin did not do. You know what? That's what I got into an argument with a fan about it, and I got to own up to it. He said that Bill Cowher was never even half the coach, or that Mike Tomlin was never half the coach that Bill Cowher was, who was the coach prior. And I was like, look, that's a stretch because he still got you a Super Bowl. And the dude absolutely torched me in the comments. Like I don't remember exactly what he said, but he had every receipt in the book that Bill Cowher, as of why Bill Cowher adopted a team, literally did what you're talking about. Like went through multiple cultures, multiple quarterbacks, and got 2 Super Bowls. Um, so yeah, it's look like it's it's tough to get rid of a coach like that, but at a certain point you need to change the scenery. You need to
Hmm.
get a new coach in there that can try to change things up and impact it in a new way. And I think the Giants are going to get that in Jim Harbaugh. I know I'm going way off topic right now, but like,
John, but yeah.
yeah, sorry, John Harbaugh. But like all of these guys that are going around, like look, they're going around for a reason. Why hasn't Tomlin gotten his call? I don't know. I mean, maybe there's
He
a
might be taking
reason.
some time off.
Yeah.
I
Um,
mean, the places that are available right now are not necessarily great. The
right.
Browns, the Cardinals, the Raiders.
Yeah, and if you're McDaniel too, like you don't want one of those, right now after what you just dealt with. Like you need to go to a place that can set you up for Ben Johnson Bears job. Like
Hmm.
um, so it's such a tricky market right now. I mean, they are, as a lot of people say, the best 32 jobs in the world, but they're the hardest 32 jobs to get.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
and they're the hardest 32, even harder probably to keep. So uh, we'll see what happens with the what is it, 4 more spots that are to be filled.
something like that.
Um,
I know, like I said, off the top of my head, it was the Raiders, the Browns, the Cardinals. I think there's one more. I can't think of who it is though.
yeah. Oh, Dolphins.
No, they got Jeff Halfley. They
Oh,
got
that's
the
right. That's
yeah
right.
the defensive coordinator from the Packers.
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
I forgot about that. Yep. Um,
Um,
Go ahead.
but while we're off topic already, too, before we get back into the Patriots Broncos game, I want to call out Colin Cowherd. I like a lot of the stuff that Cowherd says. He had one of the most asinine tweets I've seen, or not tweets, but takes I've seen in a while. He said that if Stafford was to win ring number two, he'd have to put him above Aaron Rodgers all time. We need to not bring the dumb ring culture from the NBA over into the NFL. That is not how that works. Just because you have another ring does not mean that you are better or worse. I mean, if you're sitting here like Tom Brady, you got seven. That's one thing. Especially when we start comparing stuff and we're kind of narrowing it down. Mahomes versus Brady, the rings are going to come into it. But no one, I know that Colin watches ball, so this is a crazy take. There's no way that you could ever see Stafford and Rodgers play quarterback and think that Stafford has ever been, except maybe this year, better than Aaron Rodgers. Career wise, absolutely not. And you are not going to find a much bigger fan of Stafford than me. I loved him too growing up. But, I mean, as a Lions and Packers fan, I got to watch all those battles, and I got to watch each of them play other teams. Matt Stafford wishes that he could make the throws that Aaron Rodgers makes. And Matt Stafford is a damn good quarterback. I personally believe he should be a Hall of Famer. But Aaron Rodgers is one of the most, if not the most, talented thrower of the football ever. I mean, the only person, in my opinion, that has given him a run for his money is Mahomes. Mahomes might be number one now because I've seen him make some crazy throws. But do not sleep on Aaron Rodgers in his prime. He was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. That was bad. Yes. You are totally right. In his prime. one of the best throwers of the football ever. Um, if Matthew Stafford, like, and we all know about the fall off, like we've all seen it. Um, if Matthew Stafford can hold his shit up into his 40s, we're going to be having a way different conversation on this podcast, my brother. Like, because I think that if, like, they are very comparable right now, like, if Stafford gets another ring and he keeps playing into his 40s and he can still throw at 60 plus, I mean, yeah. That being said, Stafford, I don't, I don't know that I see him playing that long. Um, I don't. I thought he was going to be done shortly after his other Super Bowl run because of all the injuries he had playing for the Lions' shitty O lines. But he's found a new career, even with some crappy O lines over in L.A. And I don't know. We'll see. But I think the conversation might end up closer than you think.
Okay, so listen to this. Aaron Rodgers, his last season with Green Bay. Huh?
I said I knew you were cooking something.
Matt Stafford is 37 right now. Aaron Rodgers, his last season with Green Bay was 39. I believe it was either 1 or 2 seasons before his last season. Rodgers won back-to-back MVPs. So you're taking Aaron Rodgers at the same age Matt Stafford was an MVP winner. You take that 37-year-old Aaron Rodgers and put him on the Rams. I guarantee you they're not worse. You let Aaron Rodgers throw to Puka and Devonta Adams. You saw what he did with just Devonta Adams.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't know what would have mattered in this game because that wasn't Stafford's fault tonight. It was the receivers who couldn't get open. I mean, not the receivers' fault. It was the amazing defense by the Seahawks.
Is
Let me phrase it like
Stafford
that.
really 37? Am I that old, bro?
Yeah, he's 37, dog.
God. All right, take me out back. Jeez, that is all right. All right, so
But
the fall off could come way sooner than we're thinking. He's one bad fall on a shoulder away.
yep. Okay, back to Broncos and Pats though. I've been saying for a long time that the Patriots have had the easiest path of all time to a Super Bowl. And to cement this case, now that we know who's going to be in the Super Bowl, I compared the records of the Seahawks and the Patriots this season. I'm going to read both of these to you. The Patriots this season have played the Raiders, Dolphins, Steelers, Panthers, Bills, Saints, Titans, Browns, Falcons, Bucks, Jets, Bengals, Giants, Bills, Ravens, Jets, Dolphins. In the playoffs, they played a very beat up and injured Chargers team, a Texans team with a horrific CJ Stroud, with out his top receiver, his top tight end, and a few linemen, and a Broncos team without their starting quarterback. The Seahawks have played the Niners, the Steelers, the Saints, the Cardinals, Bucks, Jaguars, Texans, Commanders, Cardinals, Rams, Titans, Vikings, Falcons, Colts, Rams, Panthers, and then the last week, the Niners for the number 1 seed. In the playoffs, they've had to go through the same Niners team that was competing for the 1 seed and the Rams. Not including the playoffs, I would say, based off my subjective view, the Pats have 5 quality wins and the Seahawks have 9. And even though the Seahawks played one less game to go to the Super Bowl, the 2 teams that they played are way harder than the 3 teams that the Patriots played. They've played no one. So I'm still, even though they're going to a Super Bowl,
you gave them 5.
Steelers, Bills twice, Bucks, and Ravens.
All right.
That's it. They also got to beat up on the Jets, the Dolphins, the Saints, Titans, Browns. It was, yeah.
Bro,
So
you off air. Imagine that. Yeah, never mind. I'm not even
for the
giving you
Lions.
the Patriots. I'm not gonna do it. Go ahead.
But yeah, the Patriots to me, yeah, they've played nobody so far. They're still on fraud watch to me. They still are. And we're gonna see what happens in the Super Bowl. If they come out here and they're competitive with the Patriots, I am willing to come out or with the Seahawks. I will come out here and I'll apologize. I will, but I don't think that that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a lopsided Super Bowl, and we're gonna see what I've been saying the whole season that these guys are frauds. Before I let you respond to this, I just want to read you um, Drake May's stats for today. He had 65 rush yards, 10 completions of 21 attempts, 86 pass yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He did run a touchdown in. Now, in fairness to Drake May, he did do some real baller shit. This is what's being reported out of this that the game sealing naked bootleg, it wasn't called in the huddle. It wasn't called by the coach. I'll read this little clip to you from Benjamin Solak. Um, well, I'm sorry, it's an article that he had screenshotted. At the snap, May turned right into the backfield but never took his hands off the ball. As Stevenson opened his arms, May peeled the other way and broke from the play design. I hit my block and all the defenders started running the other way, Pat center Garrett Bradbury said. I'm like, what? Oh my God. 4 seconds and 7 yards later, May crossed the first down marker on the Patriots sideline. His little secret had clinched the AFC title. After the game, Drake's like, I debated telling you guys if I was going to keep it or not, but I just decided not to, Bradbury said. So I want to give credit where credit is due. That is some baller shit, especially from a second-year quarterback. Go out there and win the game. I'm not saying that Drake May is not a special quarterback. I think that he's going to be very good for a very long time. I'm just trying to say, also in fairness, they've played nobody.
Yeah. No, but this is exactly how Tom Brady's dynasty started. He got lucky. He got lucky. He got lucky some more, and then that motherfucker got good.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. That's very fair. And we might be seeing the same thing again. Like I just gave the Patriots credit for being a very amazing organization. The fact that they can just keep rebuild, new coach, new quarterback, back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But there was a hell of a lot of luck involved.
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
so what I want to ask you about,
Oh yeah.
um,
Oh yeah.
the snow was crazy today. They kept showing the stuff from like the first half and the second half. You went from a clean field to a completely covered in snow field. There was a play where the Patriots had the ball, the running back slipped and fell, and then Drake May slipped and fell, and that was the end of the play. So I think it was oh, what's his name? Quarterback Kurt Warner.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it was him that tweeted, and he was like, "I can't believe that a game to the Super Bowl is being decided by these conditions." Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. There's been a lot of debates, especially with like the Bears games and the pitchers and stuff that come out from that. And I know everyone's moving toward like, do we want domes? Do we not want domes? I want to ask you first your opinion on that. Are you for all domes or for not domes?
Man, it would take so much of the heart of this sport out if we took outdoor factors out of this game. I don't think it's the NFL anymore. That being said, as a viewer, I'm so glad that my state has a dome up here in the Midwest. But like at the same time, like if you know what you're signing up for, you show out to a Packers game or a Bears game in January, bro. Pack 6 hand warmers, man. Wear a couple layers. Like if you live out here, you know how to deal with that. So like you ain't worried about it. That be like from like a player injury standpoint, like I guess like yeah, not I guess that sounds so insensitive, but like I do want to see our players healthy. So if that's what the NFL deems would be right for our players to get less injuries because they're playing in the same temperate conditions and they're not practicing in the cold during the week and them having to play there again and or they're practicing with their shirts off like freaking the Dolphins versus the Chiefs. Um, like I don't know. Like there's that side of it where it's like okay, even the playing field because they're all athletes at the end of the day. But like this is tradition in a sense. Like, man, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm convincing myself the complete opposite of what I'm thinking.
Okay, so you're going
uh,
dome.
no, dude, could you imagine playing in Buffalo and there not being snow on the ground in January?
Yeah. I'm just waiting for you to
Oh,
finish. Yeah,
you're
no,
like, yeah, I can't imagine it, motherfucker. All right, go. Yeah, no, go. I mean, that's my take. Is I do like where they're at. I I wouldn't obviously. I mean, nobody would, but I'm not going to fault them, and I'm not going to stop watching the sport if they did switch.
but what's your preference as a fan?
My preference is to keep keep it how you got it.
Okay. All right. I'm on the same page with you. I'm also anti-dome. Now, I want to preface this by saying I've always thought when I see some of these conditions that this looks terrible, and I would hate to do that if I was a player. So I want to say if the if the NFLPA ever was to push for for better treatment for the players that they want to go all domes, I'm with you. I will have no argument with that. But strictly preferences of fan, and I would think from fan bases too, I'm 100% against the domes. It's like you said, Buffalo is one of them. Some like if you win and you get a high seed and you've earned the right for these games to come through your place, that's part of what comes with it. Like when you play at Mile High, you're used to an elevation that no one else is. When you play in Seattle, you got the 12th man. When
Right.
you are on Lambeau Field in December and January, or Soldier Field, or Orchard Park, which is going to be gone now, but for the Bills, there's certain places that you play that yeah, you got to come see us. You're in Tampa, you're in Miami, Jacksonville, you got to come play in the 6-degree weather, and that's what we've earned the right from by us getting the higher seed. And so yeah, and I mean, and the aesthetic is great. Plus, you get the situation of like players like a LaShawn McCoy. He's goated and known for his snow games. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, but I
Yeah.
mean, some of the aesthetics of it too. Like you see some of those pictures of like Aaron Rodgers throwing in like Lambeau Field, or Caleb Williams or Matt Stafford from the Rams Bears game. Those are the viewing experience, and then also the like the pictures and stuff that come out of it, and the videos. The Kayshawn Booty catch against the Texans, that one hander with the snow all in the back, beautiful. You will lose so much, and I mean, I know that like an aesthetic is not a very manly thing to talk about, but you did not mute your mic. But you would lose so much from the aesthetic of the games. I think if everyone was in a dome, it's kind of like all these brands that are going minimalist for their logos and stuff. You're losing the sauce.
I'm sorry. I'm still so thrown. Uh, oh my god. Um, yo, you are absolutely right. Um, God damn it. I'm sorry.
All you hear is just the nose blowing. It happens. Um. Okay. Speaking of weather, we talked before about how it's been crazy cold in the Midwest over here. So cold that it's being reported that in Minnesota and Michigan, trees are exploding. So I guess this happens when the water and the sap inside the trees freeze and they expand, and they're blowing the bark and the trees apart. Um, when I first heard this, I thought about two things. One, this sounds like some shit you would see on A Thousand Ways to Die. Um, and then two, how lame of a death it would be to die by a tree fucking exploding and killing you. Like, imagine you're just walking somewhere and just boom, tree, fucking splinter shit like that hits you, you're done. That's the like fucking the fucking shit from GTA shows up wasted.
Yeah.
Oh, how did he die? A tree killed him. It fell? No, it exploded.
It exploded and he was letting his dog out. He was
Like,
like,
bro, what the fuck? We got a whole new fear unlocked now. Some shit I never thought about.
dude, yeah, that honestly, I thought when my blue spruce exploded last week, I really thought I learned the force, but apparently this is just an epidemic. I am very upset to find that out.
That you can't make trees explode on command.
I thought, dude, I thought I was the next Darth Vader. I thought
Oh
I
my
was gonna. I
god.
was. But yeah, no, honestly, that is way to bring the mood down. Double dose. That is depressing for the state of Michigan here. Uh, honestly, it has to be up north more than I haven't. I mean, once again, anecdotal data, like we've talked about so many times on this podcast, but like I haven't heard shit about that around here. Like, so it has to be. It has to be people like. I mean, it's cold. It's cold down here in southeast Michigan, but it has to be real bad up there for the yuppers.
I've seen a few videos of it, dog. It looks crazy.
Does it like just combust basically? Like almost like
No, it blows apart.
that's cool.
It's the sap and the water inside it is just expanding and expanding and expanding until it boom pushes it out. It's the same way that the roads get messed up in the wintertime too. You get like the people driving on it, gets little cracks in it, the water gets inside it, water freezes, it expands. That's why there's potholes all in Michigan. Same shit, but with the trees.
I could think of some other comparisons.
I don't even know if I want to ask you what that is.
No, you do it.
On to our last topic of the night. So this was tweeted by I don't know, but I have a screenshot of it, and I wanted to ask you, Kyle, your opinion on this. And if you are watching this, leave your thoughts in the comments. We want to see what you think. The argument is a hypothetical football game between the New York Giants and a group of 50 regular 24-year-old guys. Everyone on the 50-man side played organized sports in high school, but nothing beyond that. The twist is that all 50 guys are allowed on the field at the same time, while the Giants have their normal 11. The game is played under normal NFL rules, all penalties count, etc. Game takes place on Lambeau Field in January at 8 p.m. Freezing cold. We have a 100-man roster for subs. Curious to think what you guys think.
All right.
Where you at?
So first off, if one girl can handle 100 guys, I think that the New York Giants can handle 50. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh
All
my
right.
god!
Uh,
It was 1,000 guys, wasn't it?
I think there's multiple. There's
Oh
a
my
couple of
god!
lures going on out there, I think. Um, but yeah, no, I really think this is closer than people think, or than people might think. My initial reaction is that the Giants can handle this shit all day, but I really think like okay, so you bring in 50 players on the field, but
Mm-hmm.
100 reserve players is great, but like if I mean you have to imagine like two players are getting hurt per play, right? And there's like on the 50 player side, like they're
Per
getting
play?
leveled by especially on offense. Like you try to set a block against a professional lineman, even if you've got 10 on the line, like they're getting pile driven and that guy's getting sacked, and then you gotta bring in second string quarterback by the second quarter because your average Joe can't keep running Wildcat for 4 quarters. Like eventually they're gonna break your team down to the point where you have to forfeit because you can't even put 11 people on the field, let alone 50.
You're
Like that's where
insane.
I'm at.
You're insane. It's not going to be that many injuries. You're not going to go
No,
through 100 or 150 people. And everyone doesn't need rest and stuff. You know what I mean? You got, if you're on defense, you got 50 people that can just line up. Like, you're
everybody
not
doesn't
going to,
need rest and stuff. Professional NFL players need rest mid drive.
right. But I'm saying when you've got 50 people, you're not even going to be involved on some of the plays.
Until you are, and then
with
good
50,
luck.
with
And then I
50
give you
people,
3 plays. When you're on the front lines, I give you 3 plays.
with
And you've
50
got
people,
150 people. That means that lasts through the entire game. And then you're on your last person on the last play.
bro, with 50 people on defense, let's start with defense. With 50 people on defense, you can play the craziest zone coverage ever. You can literally line up from anywhere in the field and have people a few feet apart cover the entire field. You got like 5 people per, like it's
I
11 people
will,
versus
if
50.
I'm
It's
an
a
NFL
5 to
coach,
1.
I
It's
will
a
run it down your throat for 30 minutes, and then I'll see who's standing. I will run it
yes.
down your throat for 30 minutes with Kenneth Walker, and I will see who's standing. I'm not
So
even
then
going to
the,
take one of the top 5 running backs in the league. I will take Kenneth Walker. I'll take freaking bro. Who's a backup? Give me a bad backup. I'll take DeMarcado, and I will run through you in 30 minutes.
I don't think that you're going to. Here's the flip side of that, exactly the same game plan. If you have 50 people, you can have literally 5 lines of offensive linemen. You have the quarterback under center, he gets the snap, he runs back behind his 5 lines, and they just push forward. 50 people can run the
Dude,
ball down your throat. Because yes, I agree. The defensive line is probably going to be swim moving and breaking blocks through the first line, but you're not getting through 5 lines. You just need a big solid wall to push.
you get, dude. I guess okay. So we're backtracking it because this was specifically against the Giants, right? This is against the
I don't think
Giants
I said
team.
that.
I think he did. I think he did say it was against the New York. Didn't he say
Oh
it
yeah,
was against?
yeah, yeah. It was. You're right. I'm against the
Um,
Giants.
okay, so I got Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah,
I I have Cam Scatterbo running against you guys, right? And we're talking healthy Cam Scatterbo. We're not talking about knee injury. That didn't happen. Um, okay, it happened, but he's fully recovered.
yeah.
Uh,
You get Malik Neighbors too.
Perfect, even better. I don't even need Malik in the first half. I'll tell him to sit out till the fourth quarter, because in the fourth quarter he'll be wide open the whole time. I will literally decimate that team. Your most athletic most athletic friend is closer to freaking flipping burgers at a McDonald's than he is to freaking
The practice squad in the
Kadarius
NFL.
Tony. Kadarius Tony. Like
Yeah,
I'm like that's where I'm at. So I'm talking about guys that are on a 53-man roster versus 150 rejects from high school all day.
let us know in the comments what you think. I think you out your mind.
And I love you for it.
um. All right, we're about to wrap up. I'm gonna say I'm sure talk about this on Wednesday tomorrow. I'm going to the Bulls Lakers game. Hoping to see something good. Hoping to see some LeBron magic, some Luca magic. Um,
Double Dose
I,
needs his redemption.
I'm scared, Doug. I don't know if you've have been following us for a long time. You know that last year I went to the game, and I was there when Josh Giddey hit that buzzer beater to beat them, and then my phone was dead, and I had to sit and ride the train back with all the celebrating Bulls fans and stuff, and to sit there and do nothing but listen to them because my phone was dead and I was in tears. Not real tears, but and before my phone had fully died, I was leaving the United Center. I was getting people texting me, calling me. It was bad. So yeah, I need my redemption tomorrow. Need the Lakers to show up and get this dub for me.
Bro,
And
honestly, going back to
yeah,
that Josh Giddey game, you got the recording because you hearing you being like, "Oh no!" like, man, I will never forget that, and I know none of your friends will ever forget that. None of our fans will ever forget that. So
it
thank you
was
for that.
pain. It was real pain. It was a cool video. It was cool to see like a buzzer beater in real life and being like the Bulls being home, getting to see the reaction of everyone from that. But me personally, I was in pain.
Hey, I do hope you get your redemption tomorrow.
Well, we will talk about it on talk about it on the Wednesday show. So yeah, that being said, tap in with us Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, YouTube and Twitch. We will be live. That's it for us tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you then. Peace.